History, ISLAMIAH College, VANIYAMBADI, conducting a inter-college seminar on research opportunities for chemistry students in India and abroad. The program begins now with Kirat prayer by K.T. Zamir Ahmed of 2nd MSc Chemistry.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين Amin. The meaning of in English. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent and merciful. Praise be to Allah, Lord of the worlds, the beneficent, the merciful, Lord of the day of judgment. The alone we worship, the alone we ask for help. Show us the right path, the path of those whom last has favored, not the path of those who earn tiny anger, nor of those who go astray. Amin.
Let us all stand up for Tamil Thai Vaathu. Let us all sing together. Silence. நீராறும் கடலுடுத்த நிலமடந்தை கெளிரொடுக்கும் சீராறும் வதனமென திகழ்வரத கண்டமிதில் தெக்கணமும் அதிசிறந்த திராவிடனல் திருநாடும் தக்க சிறு பிறை நுதலும் தரிதரும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகம் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிழமை திறம் என்று செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே. Please sit down. We, the faculty of chemistry and students of chemistry who have assembled here, we have heard about and we have studied about, or we know about two states. One is excited state, another one is ground state. In electronic transitions, we have this excited and ground state. But there is a third state that is called as a drowsy state. Actually, this is the time for drowsiness. To increase the alertness among our students, let me ask one question. What was so special in the yesterday evening? One. Come on, tell. Yes, Chandrayaan 3 landed on the moon. Successfully landed. What was so special? Anyone? Someone said.
After the failure in the previous mission, now they got succeeded and they have now landed in the south pole of the moon, in which no country has successfully completed the mission. Even Russia's Luna got by 2 days ago.
Congratulations, you are well informed. Please remember, one beautiful caption is given in the newspaper. Headlines: India lights the darker side of the moon. Darker side of the moon is the South Pole. What you said? India lights the darker side of the moon. Really, I enjoyed it in the morning. This is the beautiful headline given in the Hindu newspaper. So this is only to check the alertness of the students on current affairs. Now, I request our professor, Mr. A. Fayaz Ahmed, Assistant Professor of Chemistry, to introduce the chief guest of this function, Dr. S. Harish, Professor of Chemistry from Parvakalyani College, Harvard. Sorry. Before that, let us have the welcome address. Welcome address by K. Muhammad Asir of second and second.
Very good afternoon, one and all. On this occasion, I would like to welcome you all for the intercollege seminar in research and opportunities for chemistry students in India and abroad. Our hearty welcome to our Vice Principal, Afsar Basha sir, and our Head of the Department, Dr. K. Anandaransagan sir, and teaching and non-teaching staff members from the Department of Chemistry. And I would like to welcome my friends from our college and our neighboring colleges. Yeah, I welcome you all for this program. With this, I conclude my welcome address. Thank you.
I want to disclose one secret. The introductory address is given by Fayaz Ahmed, our assistant professor. He was the classmate of our chief guest Dr. S. Harris in the BSc and MSc class. Let us see what secret is going to be revealed by our Fayaz about Harris.
For giving me an opportunity to introduce our resource person. It is very difficult to introduce our friends when you are a student, but it is very happy to introduce as a friend, as a chief guest. It is my pleasure to introduce Dr. S. Harish. Firstly, I thank our management, principal sir, vice principal sir, HOD sir, to giving me an opportunity to introduce our resource person. Yes, Dr. S. Harish, Assistant Professor in Chemistry, Sri Parvakalyani College, Harvard, Tenkasi district. He has done BSc and MSc Chemistry in our college during the year 2004 and 2006. During his college day, he actively participated in various field programs and he always progressed in nature. After completion of his postgraduate, he started his research career as research intern in Central Electrochemical Research Institute, Sikri, Karimpudi, under Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, CSIR, Diamond Jubilee Scheme in 2006. Then he continued his research as senior fellowship from CSIR. He further went abroad for doing sandwich PhD fellowship, which now called as Raman Charpak Fellowship, to France in the year 2011. He pursued PhD program at SICRI in the year 2013 under the supervision of Dr. James Joseph. He also cleared state eligibility test conducted by Mother Teresa Women's University, Kodaikanal in the year 2016. He started his academic career as assistant professor in PhD Institute of Technology and Applied Research Institute, Coimbatore, from 2015 to 2017, and he is working currently as assistant professor in Sri Parma Kalyani College, Alwar Kurichi, Tenkasi district. He has published several articles in peer-reviewed journal, which includes impact factor of 16.6. He has high index of he has H index of 10 and I-10 index 10. He participated and presented in various seminar, workshop and conferences national level. Usually in our college days, we discussed about the subject mostly. I think we participated in first quiz program conducted by RUSA. We got first prize. So at that time we both are in first year BSc. The senior is there, Jafar, and another person, third year, Ankur Chalman. So we are share the materials. We have a good healthy competition in quiz programs. We usually go outside for competition programs, and it is encouraged by our faculty. With these few words, I conclude, and once again I welcome you, sir. Thank you, one and all.
Instead of revealing anything connected with the personal secrets, Dr. Fayaz, he has revealed that how they were molded. Molding of a personality will not happen all of a sudden. So in his introductory address, our Fayaz has pointed out how the chief guest of the state, Dr. Harish and they, and other friends. I remember Mr. Tyagamurthy, Andrews of their batch, how they have participated in the extracurricular activities. Your interest in involvement in such small activities that will take you to new heights. When you are crossing the age above 25 or 30, or when you are reaching 30, they will take you to new heights. So I request our students to participate in the extracurricular activities also. I request our Vice Principal, Dr. T. Afsar Pasha, Professor and Head of the Department of Commerce, to deliver the felicitation address in this occasion.
In the name of Allah, most merciful. Chief Guest of today's afternoon session, Dr. S. Harish, Assistant Professor of Chemistry, Sri Parma Kalyani College, Alwar Kurichi, my friend and Head of Department of Chemistry, Dr. Kyamu Lecturer, my beloved faculty members of the Department of Chemistry, students from neighboring colleges, and my student friends. Assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon. First of all, I would like to thank the Department of Chemistry for having given me this wonderful opportunity to interact with you. Moreover, I would like to congratulate them for having selected the topic research opportunities for chemistry on this occasion, because you know that today research has become a continuous process. Research is an indispensable part of everyone's life, whether individual corporate, institution, whoever may be, no, you cannot avoid research. You cannot reject research, you cannot avoid research, you cannot skip research. Because today the mantra is either research and innovate or perish and thrown out. So this is the mantra. If you want to sustain in this present day competitive world, we have to involve ourselves in continuous research. Research is nothing. It is nothing a big thing. Even small things, that is in-depth analysis of everything is called as research. In-depth analysis of each and every event is research. Say for example, how the functioning of phone, how the functioning of our home appliances. That also is a part and parcel of research, through which we gather knowledge and through which we are trying to upgrade ourselves. So, therefore, each and every one of us should involve in the research. In that respect, your department has very beautifully have given this very hot topic for your chief guest. See, let me tell one or two success stories of entrepreneurs who have succeeded through their research. You know that everybody knows about Dr. that is Thomas Alva Edison. He has having more than 1031 patents to him. Nobody has crossed that limit. He is the greatest inventor. He has got 1031 patents so far. He invented everything from bulb to radio to camera, everything he invented. So, see, for example, he invented this bulb in 1929, and the technology was ruling the world for another 50-60 years. So for 5 or 6 decades, the technology which he invented has ruled. After that, no, some other lighting technology came, like mercury fluorescent tube lights, and then you had that CFL lights, chlorofluor lights, something like that. Then you got LED lights, light emitting diode lights, something like that. So the technology from one span to another span, just calculate that span of the technology. Previously he invented that vacuum bulb. It was ruled the country, ruled the world for 5 decades, 6 decades. Then tube lights technology came, they might have ruled another for 2 decades. And CFL technology came, that might have ruled just for a decade. No LED technology came. What is the purpose of telling all these things? See the span of usage of technology. Previously, once a technology is coming up, it will be ruling the world for decades together. No, it is not like that. Technology comes, and as soon as it comes, some other new technology comes, and the old technology becomes irrelevant to the world. That is why now, today, the research has become a continuous process. If you are continuing in your research and innovating something new, then only you will be in the market, you will be successful in your life, you will be successful in corporates, in any area of your specialization. Similarly, this research, let me tell one success story. You might have heard about Jan Joseph. He is from Kerala. A ex-employee, a ex-director of Microsoft, who quit the job and he started a company, Jackfruit 365. See, as he is from Kerala, He knows that in Kerala, plenty of jackfruits are available. And according to the study, more than 80% of the jackfruits are got wasted. Only 20% of the jackfruits are being utilized. Because you know about the jackfruit, pala, clear? Pala. That you cannot store it. Otherwise, you store it in the fridge. Once it is opened means you have to cleanse it. Otherwise, it will get wasted. So, he thought of converting this waste into resource. Because 80 tons, nearly according to the study, 35 crores of jackfruits are being wasted annually. 35 kodi jackfruits. 20% is only in place, 80% got wasted. So, as he is the technical person, he is the engineer, he thought of making it something profitable. So, he went through a number of studies and he went through a number of applications and all those things. Finally, he got a research article that shows that this jackfruit is having the capacity of reducing your blood sugar level in the human being. So he got the idea and he went further into that, and finally he found that no doubt it is very, very useful. No, the problem is how to make use of this jackfruit. Throughout the year it should be used. எப்படி யூஸ் பண்ணணும்? That is the biggest problem. அது அப்படி யூஸ் பண்ண முடியாது. எடுத்து throughout the year யூஸ் பண்ண முடியாது. So he invented a technology of deep freezing it and making powder. And he was successful in this attempt. And finally he launched the product. And it is being sold in the market. In Amazon also it is available. 200 grams of jackfruit powder is sold for 250 rupees something liter. 200 grams, 260 something liter. So, if as your raw jackfruit, if you are buying it, you may be buying for 100 up to 300 rupees something like that. But he started producing this jackfruit powder and he started selling the powder. And now, previously, he was able to earn just 1 lakh rupees per month. No, his revenue is 1 crore rupees per month. 1 crore. How it was successful? Because of the research. Because of the research. Therefore, no, through proper research and innovation, we can be successful, and we youngsters should also try to innovate through proper research. With these viewers, once again I thank the Department of Chemistry for having given me this wonderful opportunity. Thank you very much.
That our vice principal for sending a message to the student community. See, the people are relying on technology, and our professor, vice principal Dr. T. Abdul Masa has spoken about disruptive technology. Some of you may not understood the meaning of his speech. ஒரே வரியில சொல்றதுன்னா தமிழ்ல சொல்றேன், செல்லா காசுன்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. செல்லா காசுங்கிறது என்னது? Recently the government has withdrawn 2,000 rupees. Before that 1,000 rupees was withdrawn. And nowadays nobody is accepting 5 rupees notes. Because our people are, they themselves are before the army, even before the army, our people are telling that these things are invalid. Chanda Kasu is not accepted So if you are not up to date, you will not be valid. I thank our professor. He also was sending these messages to the student community, especially students from other colleges have come in large number. I hope they would have also followed the message given by our professor. My dear students, in ISLAMIAH College, VANIYAMBADI, we have to conduct the convocation function in 3 phases. Because the number of students who are getting the degree in this year is around 2,000. So we have divided the convocation function in 3 phases, and 2 phases were over. The second phase of convocation function was conducted on last Sunday, and on last Thursday and Friday, on last Friday only I returned from Madras after carrying out some confidential work. At that time only, the matter was disclosed by our bias that our old student, and the resource person of this day, Mr. Harris, is available. He is coming to Ambu, his native place, and we can utilize him. He is willing to give you a lecture. So we were contemplating on that, how to fix the program like that. On the convocation program on Sunday, our principal was very proud of informing the audience that 2 of our students have cleared net select examination, and 1 of the students has cleared the JRF examination also in the last academic year. Our principal was, our student means our college student, please wait, our college student. So our principal was very proud, and as a staff member of this college, I was also very happy, proud of the students who have passed. But our principal revealed that they are from mathematics and commerce. So I was sitting as a audience in that meeting. Personally, I felt very bad because both of them are not from the chemistry department. So on that day, little bit, I was not happy. And from this year onwards, we have determined that at least 1 of our students must pass this JRF, CSER, UGC, net select examination. My joy doubled when I fixed the program with Harish and I saw his topic. Research opportunities for chemistry students in India and abroad. The correct title at the apt time, when I was thinking of encouraging our students to participate in the competitive examinations so that they can clear the CSER UGC net select examination, I felt that it was a boon given by God. It has come through 1 of our old students. But of course, for the last 4 or 5 years, the Department of Chemistry is encouraging the students to get a job in private companies. Because most of our boys are from the rural background and they are from first generation learners. First generation learner means parents are having lot of expectation. Our son will complete this MSc degree and after that he will go for a job and he will earn something and he will send some money. At the age of 21 and 22, the parents are expecting. Many of you are nearing 20, I suppose. Think of your parents, you have to support at the age of 21 or 22. So for the last 4 or 5 years, some of our old students who are working in various industries are also supporting us. They are coming for the campus interview, and we are encouraging the students to participate in this or interview in other companies so that they can get a placement. within 6 months of the completion of their MSc course. Now this has become a new task. Anyhow, we notice that some kind of sluggishness among the students in studying chemistry for the last 2 years, especially after the Corona period, we are noticing that the students' involvement and interest in learning chemistry or studying chemistry is going down. If you ask any educational expert, they will point out their fingers towards the cell phone addiction. It is also supported by the medical surveys. Recently, I came across a medical survey in which the eye defects of the people, especially the younger generation, it is always increasing. The reason quoted is their screen time is more. Actually, we are using the cell phone for education purpose also, for learning purpose also. In our college itself, we have formed the WhatsApp group. Mentor is sending messages. We have to use the cell phone properly. There are 3 kinds of use. One is use, misuse and abuse. And I am sorry to say that some of our students are abusing the cell phone by playing video games. See, how can you come out of this cell phone addiction? Change your mind. Remain focused. Don't give any space for evil thoughts. If you give space for evil thoughts, then the space in your mind will be limited. You will not think in a constructive way. So the best option is love the subject. Read chemistry. And if you slowly start learning the fundamentals and after that the main aspects and the advanced level subjects of chemistry, you will have some determination. You will develop some determination that I will pass the CSAR examination. And some of the students who are in the advanced state, after the determination, they may have the determination when they are entering in the PG class itself, in the MSc class itself. They may have their own dreams. I will work in Indians of Science. I will do research work in this place. Okay? So remain focused and automatically you will have determination and you will have dreams also. And if dreams come, automatically you will march towards the goals also. So avoid procrastination. That means unnecessary delay. Start reading something about chemistry. You can make use of the cell phone also. For reading chemistry, make use of the cell phone, not for other things. See, I said that our chief guest Harish and Fayaz, and I quoted a few more students of the same batch, Jagukurti, who is now a chemistry biocon, and we have another candidate, another student named Andrews, who is now a school teacher in Ambur. He completed his PhD in ISLAMIAH college. Since that is a aided school, for want of salary, he has taken up the job. I hope he will also move to a better place in a short time. So all these boys, we are able to remember because of their achievement, not during the college days, after the college days. They have passed the CSAR examination. They have taken up research, published a number of papers. The reason for quoting them is, during the student days, they remain focused. Especially Harish, I have noticed him on several occasions. He will come to the college, he will mind his own business, he will go to the library, he used to collect notes from the staff members, he will concentrate on his studies only. You can see him in the labs, or otherwise he will go to library or he will leave the college. all the students, they remain focused. So my dear students, please study the subject well, score good marks, have a pass in all the papers of semester examination. This is not only for the students of ISLAMIAH college, it is also for the students from other college. Have a determination that I will pass the CSE or UGC examination, I will get a fellowship and I will join research elsewhere. Actually, when Harris was coming to ISLAMIAH college, when he disclosed that his willingness to come to ISLAMIAH college, I thought that we will have a chemistry association function. After seeing the title only, I have decided, with the permission of our principal, I must thank our principal. The principal has permitted, sir, we will change this function into a inter-college program. Because the title is like that. Research opportunities for chemistry students in India and abroad. Research opportunities, it is not open for the students of ISLAMIAH college. It is open for the students of other colleges also. See, now our boys have seen the response from other colleges. Nearly 40 students have come from other colleges. Some 6 or 7 colleges are participating in the program. This is a signal of competitiveness. For a program like this, 40 students or 45 students have come from other colleges, starting from Vellore. When you go for a job in an interview, you will see hundreds of people. Remember the disruptive technology quoted by our beloved professor Dr. G. Afsar Basha. So you should keep updated. You should be well qualified to achieve all these things. What you have to do? You should remain focused. So study well, prepare well for the competitive examination. With the assistance of our principal, I have changed this one to the inter-college program. I must thank the other college students who have come all the way from their colleges, starting from Vellore, Gudiyatham, Puris College, Vellore, Sacred College, Tirupattur. I thank all the students also. Finally, just for your understanding or for your memory, some of you might have studied. I just want to quote a poem from Tamil literature, Neethi Deri Vilakkam. I will read the few lines from that. Neethi Deri Vilakkam, 53வது செய்யுள். கருமம் கண்ணாயினார் செயல். மெய் வருத்தம் பாரார், பசி நோக்கார், கண் துஞ்சார், எவ்வொரு தீமையும் மேற்கொள்ளார், செவ்வி அருமையும் பாரார், அவமதிப்பும் கொள்ளார், கருமமே கண்ணாயினார். One telling example is our old student Harish, who is suited for these verses. He has come to share with you how to crack the CSE or UGC examination, and after that, what are the opportunities which are open for you, how to hunt the opportunities. So please listen to his words carefully, try to follow it in your life. Now I request our Vice Principal to honor the Chief Guest of the day, Dr. Harish, with a shawl. Now it is the time for our resource person, to deliver his keynote address. He has come to speak on the topic research opportunities for chemistry students in India and abroad. Utilize this opportunity. Out of this program, if any one student gets a PDF after some 6 or 7 years of research, if any one student gets a PDF in a foreign country, please respond to ISLAMIAH College. We will invite you as a research person. Thank you. Now I invite Dr. Harish.
Very good afternoon to one and all. I am very happy and honored to be a resource person to the place where I have studied, first of all. And it is a very difficult session that too after 3 o'clock sitting for a hearing for a wisdom speech is going to be very difficult. But let me put it in a very simple word so that I will make you all awakened state, not in the drowsy state as sir mentioned. First of all, I am very thankful to the management, principal, HOD and other faculty members of the chemistry department for giving me an opportunity to present whatever the views I have towards the research opportunities in India and abroad. I have classified my slides into 2 parts. The first slide itself will be the experience, as sir told, some of the secrets has to be revealed. As Fayaz kept the diplomatic thing, I will also keep the diplomatic thing, only the academic point of view I will reveal, not the personal point of view. If time permits, I will give only one topic of my research at the end. Before that, if there is no time, I will conclude with the general opportunities, whatever is existing over there. So as the first slide, it is my thankfulness to be in this college as a resource person. First, my days of in this college, particularly I call it as a golden days. It is a golden period of my time. Overall, my BSc and MSc. First, when I applied to this college, I didn't get seat for the BSc chemistry. I got only in BSc physics. I requested the principal at the time, if I remember correctly, it is Major Said Shavamudit sir. He saw my plus 2 marks. My score is high in chemistry, and he asked me why you are willing to take up chemistry. As our area is rich of shoe companies, at least I will end up job in shoe company. That's what the first thought when I came into the BSc chemistry. So I joined here, and after that the period continues because I had a very wonderful gurus. Not only in chemistry department and also from the allied departments. In chemistry department, we have 100% freedom. Very much 100% freedom. But when it comes to exam, it is 100% strictness. That molded me in a very good way. I remember in our first year university exam, almost 50% we have been failed in practicals. Almost 50% have been failed in practicals. Fortunately, I passed in a borderline. Because in the college, first year itself, because up to plus 1, plus 2, you might have been seen in all the schools, we will get full marks in practicals. So in the similar vein, we also thought that we will be cleared with the full marks. But 50% students has been failed. Only 50% has been passed, that too, whatever you have been reported. I remember for our first year lab, it is salt analysis. I only reported only one acidic radical. Others I couldn't able to find at that time. So I was just clear. But it made me to the next year to do properly my practicals, to take it in a very serious things. Because once you are giving a report correctly, then only a good student or obedient student, or you are coming regular to the college, it doesn't matter over there. It is whatever is reported in your paper. If this answer is correct, you will be given the marks. So I very much become in a orderly way by this treatment in our college. I am thankful for that. And taking at that point of time I didn't realize, but after I am now as a assistant professor, I am just wondering about our gurus when they teach us, when they taught us. Especially I remember Nawaz sir, he used to bring only one small bit paper in his hand. Completely he will dictate. Completely dictate. Now I am teaching physical chemistry. I am seeing my notes. I have complete BSc notes with me. I am seeing the notes. It is exactly there in the Puri Sharma book. Exactly is there in the Puri Sharma. Sometimes he will write in the tickets also, bus tickets also he will write. We used to write complete notes we used to write. And KR sir, I remember in the PG question paper, he used to give only the structure, there will be no text. There will be only structure. Nothing else will be there. Only question mark, arrow mark, and then structures. Obviously, there will be a college name, internal, whatever the internal, answer the questions. Those things only text. Nothing related to describe, define, nothing will be there. Only this. And Imran sir, we just sit and watch him, that's it. His English we couldn't understand actually. We will sit and we will listen to him. All his notes we will just write, and then only we realizing only after becoming an assistant professor how important at the time, how they taught us. And physics GSM now HOD, Shakil Mama sir, his way of teaching will be perfectly, you cannot sleep even in this time, 3 o'clock. It will be that much awesome. At the time only I thought, why I didn't take BSc Physics? Just because of GSM sir. Just because of GSM sir, why I didn't take physics I thought. And then in Maths, Govindarajan sir and Srinivasan sir. Both of them will be teaching very nicely. That too a combined class. That too it will be in this summer it will be there in the afternoon sessions. 80 members or 85 members in the class. So I am very thankful to the gurus. Because of them only I am right now in a very good place or in a very good academic position. Next, my friends, Fayaz Ahmed, Andrews, Tyagamurthy, Sudarshan, Saravanan, lot of members. I maybe missed out some people. Why? Because friends means up to +2 we are being watched by our parents. Moment we are coming to the college, we are having some freedom. Traveling in bus, having money in our hand, and college is giving much freedom, and chemistry department is also giving much freedom. There is all the possibilities to go in a wrong way. There is all the possibilities to go in a wrong way, but I had a very good friends at that time, so I didn't go in a wrong way. I didn't go in a wrong way just because I have a very good friends. At that time only, I hope during our first year only the PG library has been started at that time. Though we are in UG, we used to go to PG library because there will be a Chemistry Today magazine will be there. In that Chemistry Today magazine, some conceptual basis answering will be there. So it will be easy for us for the exam point of view, writing those things will be easy, and some objective type questions will be there. All those things will be easy for us to understand. We have to go to UG library, but we will go to PG library just because it is very new, and also the Chemistry Today magazine will be there only in the PG library. So I am very thankful to my friends because they also came with us for the library. So as rightly pointed out by Fiaz, programs organized by RUSAC. First program in the first year, we both in the quiz program, that too we won the first prize. And still I remember the last point whether we will win or not. At that time only we answered actually. As he pointed out, Jafar, all those seniors only answered because we have just entered, we know only the basics at that time. The questions were there from second year and third year. Last point, it is a visual kind of round. The question is the one person has to perform, the other person has to answer. The answer is actually cyclotron at the time. That we answered, so we got the first prize at that time. And then seminars and especially exams, model exam. That model exam helped us in securing good marks in this university exams. University theory exam, before university theory exam, we will write the model exam. If the question paper will come from the common place, central place it will come, so it will be common. From then they will select the first prize, second prize, third prize, all those things will be there. So I am thankful to Ruzak. Library and lab facility. Library I already mentioned. Lab. After working for a aided college now, I am realizing how we are fortunate the lab facility in our college. Both where I am working, Paramakalani College, and as well as here, we done all the experiments mentioned in the syllabus. Now I am seeing in other colleges, some of the colleges nearby to our colleges, we are seeing that even they are doing only 50% of the syllabus whatever is given, because there is no enough funding from the government. So we couldn't do it. But our college management and also the place where I am working, management is supporting in a full-fledged, they are giving you instruments, chemical supplying, everything it is there. So we are covering entire syllabus. So I am very thankful for that, because as the engineering degrees also, chemistry degree, you can learn more only from the lab, not from the theory. Because theory has to be applied in the lab, and the lab you have to understand, so that lab entire experiments if you are doing it, you can learn more. Next, open day and conference. In ISLAMIAH college at that point of time there will be an open day. First year and second year we performed an exhibition of experiments we used to keep. Entire public can come inside. So we learned at the time doing small experiments. Because there will be, while reading it will be very easy. I think in second year I have done splitting of water by keeping a graphite electrode and then cell. But seeing that bubble itself was difficult at that time. A very simple experiment. When you are doing for a first time, you will face a lot of difficulty. When you are doing for a first time, you will face a lot of difficulty. So those things you have to troubleshoot, and then you have to make it sure that it is coming. Make sure that it is working. So like that, those open day helped me, that gave me a lot of curiosity to take up the research as a field. Next, visit to premier institutes like CLRA and VAT. That conference, during I think my first MSc, New Vistas, like that, there will be a title, conducted by Sai Savi sir, at that time HOD sir. That new, lot of people from CLRA actually, BSR Reddy sir, PT Perumal sir. We understood what is research at that time. And from MCC college, one professor came, I think Vijay Raghavan, I think. Based on his seminar only, we realized the importance of spectroscopy. Until then, we just studied for the marks. Then only we realized what is the importance of the chemistry, spectroscopy, or other things which has been conducted in the conference. Then only because of that conduct, we went to CLRA. CLRA, I met a lot of professors and came, this kind of research to enter into CLRA, these are all the eligibility we should have, like that. And at that point of time in VAT, MSc chemistry course has been started. So there will be a lot of exhibition will be going on. So we used to go from here as a participant, like me, Fayaz, Andrews. Also we will go for the VAT. There people, too many people will be there. There will be a good network of friends will be there. Exchange of ideas will be there. So those things helped me to take the research as my career at that time. Industrial visit. Particularly in our BSc third year, we had a paper called leather chemistry. There the sir used to take to the nearby companies. So when we enter into the nearby company, only we know that simply we are wearing the leather shoes or belts, all those things. Entering the company, we saw from the slaughterhouse to the finished product. So what all the process is there, how much the chemistry is important over there. When I started to entering into the BSc, I thought I will at least fetch a job at some shoe company nearby Ambur or Vaniyambadi, whatever, Ranipete, somewhere place. But entering into there, I realized there is a complete opportunity is very different over there. BSc chemistry person is not required there. Maybe in the effluent treatment plant, like that it is required. Our destination should be somewhere else. We should not end up in this district itself. We should go to the somewhere place. Like that I came to the conclusion at that point of time. And we ourselves went to the industrial visit, which is supported by our department. Some 5 or 6 members, we went to the TAW shoe company in our Ambur, where we came to know about the effluent treatment plant, how the process is there, what is important, like those things which has been really helpful. So my college days is my completely golden period which shaped my future. After my MSc, I went to as a research intern in Sikri, and then it has been followed. So before taking up the topic, first let me ask, what is research? Anyone can answer. What is research? You have a lot of clues over there itself. As sir mentioned, in the drowsy state, we should ask some questions. Otherwise, the drowsy state will be continued. From your point of view, whatever might be, what is research? One person can stand up and say, any one person. Yes. Finding solutions for problems. Perfectly correct. Any other? Any other view?
Learning deeply about a topic.
Learning deeply about a particular topic. Perfectly correct. Any other? First, let me clap for those two students. As they have rightly mentioned, and also Vice Principal has mentioned, research, any topic if you learn in deep is called as a research. If you want to give us a definition, research is a systematic investigation. Research is a systematic investigation. It can add up new knowledge or it can support the existing theory. It may support the existing theory or it may add up a new knowledge or it may be entirely new which is not known earlier. Like Vice Principal pointed out, at that point of time there is no electric bulb. The first person, Edison, was giving the electric bulb. Like that, you can give a new technology itself. The entire thing is called as a research. First thing, it should be a systematic investigation. You should not report it without proper evidences. You should have a support with a proper evidence. So systematic investigation which should be supported by some experimental proof. It can be related to any field. Next, why research? Why you need research? Why you need research? எதுக்கு சார் பண்ணாம இருக்கலாமே எதுக்கு? Yes, stand up. Developing knowledge, okay. Invent the new things, good. Any other? During the organic chemistry teaching, people used to tell there will be number of steps will be there. For a final product, there will be number of steps. At the time, if the teacher want to encourage about the research means, the one good way for research is you can reduce the number of steps because you can reduce the cost. So it has to reduce the cost, or it should be done anything good for the society which is having a problem. As is pointed out, any problem is existing in the society that should be addressed. For example, the need of the hour in the entire world is now is energy, because the fossil fuel is going to be away for at least after 2050 or something. There will be no fossil fuel. So only the battery technology is booming, solar cells is booming, fuel cells is booming. Everywhere is technology is getting increased. The need of the hour, because society has to run. The things which within the past few years has been changed. For example, earlier you might itself, whatever you don't know about the topic, you will Google, right? It will give number of results. Now there is a chat GPT. It will give only one answer, better answer. So things are getting changed. So like that, the research also has to be, it is need of the hour, it has to be done, only for the society improvement, all those things. It is not required that, as rightly pointed out by Vice Principal, it is not required that it should be only a PhD. It can be anything. If you are any field, the research has to be there. For example, as a chemistry person, if you are ended up with a pharma, there is a R&D section. You will be ended with the R&D. If you are entering into the ONGC or IOCL, anywhere, there will be research section. You will be doing research, but you won't get the PhD degree. Research is, as you said earlier slide, it is systematic investigation. It is not that fetching a degree alone. It is anything which is systematic investigation has to be done. As a chemistry, wherever in the domain you are entering, you are going to do research. Whatever the domain you are entering, there you are going to do research. If you are entering into the teaching field, also you are going to do the research. In teaching also there is a research, because education, the teaching methods are varying nowadays. Teaching methods are varying. With the teaching methods itself, you can publish a paper. You can publish a paper by teaching methods itself. I will show one example. So first, if you want to go from this place to do research, means first you have to come out from your comfort zone. Because in your comfort zone you will be completely, you will have no fear. There will be no fear, because you will get enough food, enough sleep, enough clothes. Everything will be there. It is provided in your home. You know that if you earn something around 10,000 or 15,000 in and around, you can continue with that life. That is your comfort zone. But when you go out of this comfort zone only, you can go to the success. So it has been divided into 4 phases. First is comfort zone, where you will feel safe and controlled. Whether you will achieve your objectives or aim, that is different story. Based on only education I am speaking. If you are a businessman or something, it is very different story. When you want to achieve in education, through education if you want to achieve, you have to come out of the comfort zone. Next zone, always there will be fear. Whether I have the ability to go from this place. So the fear zone you have to cope up, and you have to go to a next stage, that is a learning stage, where you have to deal with the challenges. You have to learn new concepts, you have to develop with new skills, all those. When you enter to the 3rd zone, obviously you will enter to the 4th zone of the growth zone, where you will achieve whatever you have dreamed will be there in such a life. Whatever you have dreamed will be there in the life, dreams will be there. You will be fulfilling your objectives by step. Because objectives means you will have points. Aim is only one, but objective is number of points. One by one in your growth stage you will achieve. But it will take time. But for that you should be patient, and you should never leave your hard work. So only thing you have to do is, you should search for the opportunity. You should not say there is no opportunity. Opportunities everywhere. You should search for the opportunity. For search for the opportunity, first thing is, today's when the sir started itself, to make you awake, he asked one question. Because yesterday evening is very pride moment for the whole country. So like the first thing is reading newspaper. Reading newspaper is the first primary thing. Second, science magazine. Science magazine, as I mentioned, Chemistry Today, or even in Hindu newspaper, there is a separate column. I think every Thursday there will be a column for science and technology. There will be one person will be asking question, there will be opportunities, career advice, everything will be there. You have to read. Next, science at websites and social media, even apps. Mobile apps also available. Even you can learn subjects. Group theory, there is a separate app. Thermodynamics, there is a separate app. There in e-Padasala, you will get all the sources for your MSc chemistry notes. You will get all the notes in e-Padasala. You no need to worry. You will get every notes from there. So you should be searching for the notes. You should, when you are seeing all those things, you will come across with the what is the eligibility for doing the PhD, or what is the eligibility for cracking the JRF or GATE exam. What are the questions will be asked in the particular topic. Because when you read, for example, when you read one particular subject, name reactions. In the name reaction, for the 5-mark question, what the answer you will be reading. But you will not, never you will come up with the, what is objective question for that name reaction. How the objective questions will be asked. Because competitive exam is completely objective question only. There is no descriptive. GATE exam, CA exam is completely objective type question. So when you read from multiple sources, below the notes there will be a objective type questions. From the objective type questions, you will be aware of your knowledge, where you are, and from there you will go. Next, participating in conferences and workshops. Going away from this college to other college conference. Going to the CSR institutes or IIT. When you are attending it, then you know where you are, what you have to learn. So you can set up new goals or set up your objectives and what you have to do. You will get a new network so that you can grow. Next, attending open day at various research institutes. Like in our college, there is an open day. Like research institutes also have open day. For CSIR, it is September 25th is open day. For CSIR institutions, September 25th is a open day. Anyone can enter at that point of time. For IIC, February last week or March first week of Sunday. You have to look up the IIC website. They will be mentioning in the month of December or January itself. They will mentioning what is the open day. And when you go there, you will be knowing in IIC what kind of research is going on, how they are encouraging, all those things. Because on that particular day, you no need to get any permission. It is open for public. So which will give you a contacts and you will build the network. Okay, so whether it stops from here, because newspaper or digital media, everyone can read. It is common for any field. It is common for any person. Layman also can do. As a chemistry person, what things you have to do? Okay, academic related journals. As a UG student or PG student, you can read some academic related journals. Some of the journals I just listing out here, that is Resonance, it is from an Indian publisher, Indian Academy of Sciences, and Journal of Chemical Education, it is from ACS publication, and Chemistry Education Research and Practice from RSC publication. When you look up upon these journals, you will know the simple concepts how to teach or simple experiments how to perform. In Resonance particularly, there will be one section is called as classroom. One section is called as a classroom. In the classroom, you can read many important topics. It will be general. It is there for entire one issue. There will be a chemistry. All the issues there will not be a chemistry because it is maths, physics, science, life sciences. Everything will be covered. So one issue there will be a chemistry related. In the classroom section, you will learn many things. One particular experiment or one particular subject. For example, hope everyone knows how to play cards. Playing cards. Like a using playing cards, you can remember the periodic table. Like similar to a playing cards game, there is a periodic table game. Organometallic chemistry, these complete cycles, because organometallic chemistry, there will be complete cycles, reactions will be there. That you can make it as a card game. That can be make it as a that is published in Resonance by A.G. Samuelson sir from IIC. So it is the education learning from fun. Because when you have a hesitation in learning, it has to be done as a fun. Then you can learn it very easily. You no need to muck up or memorize. You can learn it very easily. Again, I am putting up other type of journal, that is chemistry, chemical society reviews and chemical reviews. One belongs to RSC and other one belongs to ACS. For one particular topic, the entire thing will be there. For a past 10 years or 15 years, what has been done as a research. From a fundamental point of view, it will be there. For a UG student or a PG student, when they read for the first time, it is very difficult to understand. But when they interested, for example, in PG, if you have some seminar, solar cell seminar or batteries seminar, when you take up a one research paper, review paper, you will be learning it very easily. Because you will be again and again reading. When you are a presenter, you have to read more than a listener. When you are a presenter, you have to read more. For that, you will look up to the entire journal. That will be at least 50 to 60 pages will be there, each review articles. It will cover from the basics to the advanced. It will cover from basics to the advanced. Not just whatever is given there in the book. Because in book, which has been published at least 10 years before or 15 years before or 5 years before, it is a old technology. But when you come to a review, that is a recent review article, it will be there from fundamental to up to date, whatever has been done, what are the challenges in this field, what are the opportunities in that field, everything will be covered in that particular journal. So for giving us an example from a Resonance journal, I take up one example, microscale experiments in chemistry. Everyone has done in our first year lab or even in a high school, the volumetric lab. Everyone we have to, solution we are sucking through our mouth. In the pipette, we have to suck the solution through the mouth, which is hazardous, completely hazardous. When you go to the research lab, again, the pipettes are used for the sucking. Whether this chemical has to be used or this chemical should not be sucked, that knowledge we may not be aware. So for the At least for the lab experiments, one person has come up with a new idea having a 2 burette experiments. No need of pipette. There is no pipette, only 2 burettes. So research can be done at any point of time. Even in a volumetry experiment, there can be an innovation, the new kind of research. So in order to make it easy to understand, I took a very simple experiment. That is a 2 burette experiment where one burette will have a titrate and other burette will have a titrant. So you, as usual, you will have the 10 ml of solution in your beaker, and another burette as it titrate you will be adding drops, having an indicator. The endpoint will be from here. For example, for a strong acid and strong acid is a strong base, you are taking a phenolphthalein as an indicator. The endpoint is the disappearance of pink color. Once the color has been disappeared, your endpoint is noted down. In this experiment, what you are going to do is, once the endpoint has came, you will be noting out the value as given in here. You will be noting up the value. Again, you are going to pour from the other burette, you are going to pour the another 10 ml. You have to switch the experiment. Number of readings you are going to get. Which just with 10 ml. Otherwise, in your burette, you are going to take 50 ml. In pipette, 20 ml. You will be repeating the experiment. Once the endpoint is not being done, you will be doing with again repeat the experiment. And what should be done in the volumetry experiment? What should be the correct reading? When you can write the correct reading? Concordant values, right? What does it mean? Concordant value means 2 same values. 2 values should be same value. It should be successive reading. Concordant value means 2 successive readings should be the same value. Not the first reading is something 19.4, second reading is 20.4, and third reading is again 19.4. 2 successive readings should be concordant. Then only you have to close your titration. But in this experiment, you are going to average it out. Moment you are averaging out, you are minimizing the error. Moment you are doing the averaging out, you are going to minimize the error. Moment your titration 1 result is wrong, obviously your standard result is wrong, so titration 2 is also going to error and result is wrong. Here you are going to, even 1 is wrong, the other switching the experiment, you can correct it. So when you are doing it multiple times, your skill is going to develop. Like that, you can design any experiment in your lab of UG and PG in a newer way that can also be published. The UG level, PG level experiments, whatever you have done so far can be done in a different way, and you can explain the advantages of that different way, and it can also be published in a paper which will give you only the curiosity is going to drive your research. You should have a curiosity in doing experiments, curiosity in learning should be there. 2 papers I want to give. One is for research type and another is for teaching type. So in the case of Maxwell equation, they call it a mnemotic formula. Because Maxwell equation, you have 8 different kinds of equation. Very difficult to remember. But with one magic square, it's called as a magic square, you can write all the formulas. How? See here. For the first one I will explain. When you go from the bottom to the top, you should write positive. When you go from the top to bottom, you have to write negative. That's the only thing. Square you have to remember. Entire number, you have, whatever the alphabets is there, you have to remember. Moment you remember this magic square, 2 magic squares when you remember, you can write entire Maxwell equation. So first basic equation, U plus Vp is equal to H. Similarly here, when you come from top to bottom, U minus, when you are coming from the top to bottom, you have to write as minus U minus St is equal to F. Similarly, you can write it here. When you write the differential form, again from here, du is equal to T ds minus P dv. Like this, similarly, the other equation also be written from the squares. When you go with the other equation, where T is equal to dou H by dou S at constant pressure, only this side, is equal to again dou U by dou S at constant volume. When you are going by this side, the other diagonals are your constants. Similarly, the other formulas can be written very easily, which can be again published. So teaching methods can also be published, or your simple laboratory work when you change into a newer way, giving the same result, or reducing the time, or improving the your accuracy or precision, you can publish it. That will drive your curiosity in learning. That will drive the curiosity in learning. Next, coming up to the opportunities, as I don't know whether the topic which I have chosen to your expectation I will fulfill or not, I don't know. I will give up some opportunities. I have covered only for the PG, UG students, and after that PG for the PhD, the regular procedure and other fellowships. Those things only I covered. And abroad, both the things. PhD in abroad or as a sandwich PhD, as I have done in India as well as France. Like that sandwich, like that only I have classified my slides. First, SERB supported programs. It's a new initiative by SERB. SERB is nothing but Science and Engineering Research Board. That given a program called Karyashala, which is called as an high-end workshops. Workshop itself means you have to learn completely. Here in this workshop, they will teach some software or some instrumentation technique, hands-on training, completely at free of cost. No need to give single penny from your pocket. No need to spend single penny from your pocket. It is entirely funded by government. Entirely funded by government. Minimum it will be 1 week, maximum it can be 2 weeks. From your TA, stationery, your accommodation, consumables, food, everything will be covered in your workshop. Even if it is far away from your place, the TA will be given. So you no need to spend anything. Government has been providing entire thing and asking you to learn. Next one is internship. They call it as Vrittiga, research internship for PG students. PG students means here it is mentioning for first year students actually, but they will be pursuing in second year. Because these programs, Vrittiga program, usually will come at your even semester. Even semester, the advertisements will be there. You have to look up for the Premier Institute websites, it will be there. Only in your even semester, during your exam time or during your practical time, you may need to apply. In your vacation time or initial period of your art semester of your second year MSc Chemistry, you have to go. Here again it will be minimum of 4 weeks and maximum of 2 months. The maximum 2 months internship is 30,000 rupees. Within the 30,000 you have to bear your accommodation and food, all those things. Based on your guide, you may be provided with accommodation free of cost. It is based on the institute and based on your research guide. And next from Indian Science Academy. Indian Science Academy gives summer research fellowship, especially for UG and PG students. Especially for UG and PG students for a period of 2 months. Again, it will be there in the even semester, during the vacation or initial period of the art semester of the next academic year, you have to go. It will be duration of maximum 2 months, 56 days to 60 days. Per month, you will be covered with 12,000. Per month, 12,000 and travel allowance will be paid. So accommodation you have to bear. So in this period, when you are going to the premier institution, what is the advantage is, after doing MSc, if you have an idea to take up PhD, you are going for after MSc you are entering into the PhD and you are thinking that this is not my cup of tea. After wasting 1 year period of time or 1.5 period of time. When you are going during your MSc stage itself, when you are going during MSc stage, you will be knowing whether I have to take up the PhD or I have to look up for some other job. Whether I have to take the PhD, what is research, whether it will be giving a challenging task for me, whether my career will be in a very good way or not. Everything you can learn in your MSc itself. You no need to waste your time after your MSc. And during MSc, after coming back, your friends, your faculty receiving will be very different. They will treat you in a different way because you have extra knowledge you received in this period, internship or workshop, whatever it is. In your resume, apart from educational qualification, you will have something others to write. Even if you are not taking PhD, if you are going for a pharma company, in your workshop, if you have learned how to interpret the NMR data properly, or EPR technique or chromatography, or how to make a drug discovery properly, like that, which will be helpful to fetch a job also. It is not, it should not end with only with PhD. It may end up with a job also. So during your academic period, whatever the opportunities you can grab, you should grab it. It may helpful in any time. You may not know what the future is. So you should make use of all the opportunities. Next, the host institutes normally for these two fellowships will be the premier institutes, IITs, ISLAMIAHs, NITs, CSR institutes, all those things will be hosted. For Indian Science Academy, in the Indian Science Academy itself you have to apply. You have to mention the what subject you are interested. For the subject of interest, you have to write a SOP, that is statement of purpose. You have to write 1 or 2 pages statement of purpose. For example, I am interested in electrochemistry. Why I am interested in electrochemistry? Why I want to take up that electrochemistry during my internship period? What I have to learn? What I am looking for to learn? Like that, when you write, they will choose a guide. It is not my duty to, because during my UG or PG, I may not knowing who is doing electrochemistry research. I may not know who is doing electrochemistry. Or if you are interested in photochemistry, you may not know who is doing in the photochemistry. If you are interested in solar cells, you may not know who is doing solar cells. So you only have to write your statement of purpose. Based on your statement of purpose, based on the subject area, they will send to that experts. If they are interested with your resume, your academic qualification, your statement of purpose, whatever you have written, they will take up you. And based on your reference letter, you have to provide it with 1 reference letter. 1 reference letter and 1 statement of purpose. And statement of purpose will be there for the research internship from Vritika also and Karyashal also. Why you want to attend this workshop? Because it will be for only, workshop means it will be only for limited number of people. Say for example 25 people, that too it is for PG and PhD. They may be classifying 15 PG students and 10 students for PhD. So 15 students, number of applications may be 150 or 100 or whatever might be. They have to filter. So based on your academic qualification, based on the statement of purpose, only they can filter. So for all these fellowships, you should know how to write the 1 or 2 pages of statement of purpose. From where we can learn it? From where we can learn how to write the statement of purpose? As I mentioned, when you read the lot of journals, when you read the science magazine, then only you will be knowing what is the current field is going on. What is the current research is going on, all those things. You will, when you read the newspapers thoroughly, when you read the other journals, then only you will be knowing what is the gap in the research. Then only you can write the statement of purpose. Then it will be easy to fetch the opportunity. And there is a website called Quora. How many of you know that? Quora. So there you can learn how to write a statement of purpose. All the subject matter, wherever you, if you are finding from Google or something, anyone can write, which is not reviewed. But when you see in Quora, if someone has written, someone can comment on this. The above mentioned answer is wrong. The explanation should be like this. Like that, one more person will be reviewing it. More than believing from Google, you can go up with the Quora. Next thing, for UG students, I don't know whether UG students are present here. You can tell to the juniors or any other known persons, if whatever you are, you can tell to them. Like this, similarly, there is fellowships. Right from TAFR to the CSR, JNC, IAC, everywhere there is a short-term fellowship. Especially it will be there for BSc final year students or BSc second year students. INSA here, it is for the second year students, those who have completed the first year. First year students cannot apply and third year students cannot apply. Only second year students can apply. Second year UG students. Similarly for MSc, always it is only for first year MSc student. But they will be going for the internship only in their second year. After completing your university exams, you will be going. Like that it is. And this website, all kind of workshops, all those details you can get from this website. As it is afternoon session, somewhere there should be some switchover point. So when I tell about Dhoni, what do you remember? 6. What 6 it is actually? 2011 World Cup winning shot. What else you remember about Dhoni? சத்தமா சொல்லுங்க, எழுந்து நின்று யாராவது சத்தமா சொல்லுங்க. காம் கேப்டன். பின்னாடி இருந்து முதல் தடவை சவுண்ட் வருது, சொல்லுங்க. ஃபினிஷர். எழுந்து நின்று சொல்லுங்க யாராவது ஒருத்தர் பின்னாடி இருந்து. தோனின்னு சொன்னாலும் உங்களுக்கு ஞாபகம் வர விஷயங்கள். எழுந்து நின்று சொல்லுங்க. Extraordinary leadership skill. Cool captain. Anyone remember any kind of quotes from during his post presentation? He used to give lot of quotes. Winning or losing, my dogs will treat in the same way. His statement, like that statements, what are things you remember about doing? Perfectly correct. வேற ஏதாவது கோட்ஸ்? சத்தமா என்ன சொல்றான்?
God is not coming down to help us.
Yes, absolutely. You have to be prepared. You have to face. Any other? Sorry if there is some Dhoni haters are there here. Means I am not supporting Dhoni. I am supporting his statements. Something related to process. Whether he has given anything, something related to process. Trust our process. அந்த குரூப்ல இருந்து எந்த சவுண்டும் வரல. Perfectly correct. Don't bother about the result. Winning or losing is different. Process is important. During the journey of World Cup, he used to mention lot of the times, my process is important. Winning or losing is not at all important. Similarly, I just mentioning, you are preparing the best version of yourself. During your PG or UG, you are preparing yourself for your entire career, your entire lifetime you are preparing. You are preparing the best version of your. You should not worry about the result. You should prepare first. If you are not at all in the process, then how you will end up with the result? You should be in the process. During your BSc and MSc, apart from educational qualification, earning the degree, apart from earning the degree, what are all the things you have been grabbed? In that point of the period of 5 years, UG and PG, what are all the things you are going to learn, which only give you idea about your career? Whether I have to go for a chemistry related work itself or not. Because I know my friends, lot of friends have taken non-chemist jobs. They will go to police. They will be there in the army. At that point of time, their thinking process is like that. That's it. It is nothing wrong in that. But you should be in some process. You should prepare yourself during your academic point of view. Otherwise, you will be nowhere. You will not be knowing which way I have to take up. You will not be there the path where to follow. I remember during our days in our college, here after finishing MSc, people will go to Amrutanjan, Arcade, Biocon. Everywhere people will move. But that conference during my MSc first year, and one of my relative who is a PhD from IIT Kanpur, I realized why I should not take my research as my topic. Because in that conference I learned lot. When I went to CLR, I learned lot. When I went to VIT, there are lot of professors, particularly again Islamic College helped me. There one professor called us F. Nawaz Khan, who taught me in our BSc first year. After that he went to Japan for his doctoral or postdoctoral study, and after that he ended up with VIT. When during our MSc, when I going there for as a participation for some function, I saw the Nawaz Khan sir. When I am discussing with him, he is giving lot of opportunity for the research, all those things. So when you are moving from your place only you can learn. When you are sitting ideal in your comfort zone, you cannot learn. That too, when I am studying, our college days is completely golden days because of the timing. Now it is 10 to 4. For us it is 9 to 2. As sir mentioned about Tyagamurthy, he used to work after 2 o'clock. Maybe sir aware or not, I don't know. He used to go for a labor work after 2:30, because fetching a labor work in shoe company is very easy. Because of the economy in his family, he used to go for a labor work. With that money only he used to pay the fees. The similar way, Sudarshan also in the same way. he used to go for a weekend jobs or in the evening part-time, because we had 9 to 2. It is very easy to go after 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock going for a job. In BSc second year, I was a tutor in a computer institution, computer education called as CSC at that time. Tutor, I learned, only in first year I learned about computers. In second year I became a tutor. 2 o'clock here, go back, have your lunch, 3 o'clock to night 9 o'clock I will be teaching computer. MS Office, C, C++. Now nowhere related for me computer. Except Microsoft Word or PPT, nothing is useful for me. But if I have not taken my MSc Chemistry, if I have taken MCA or MBA, it might have been useful. So during that point of time, after plus 2, whatever the opportunity, you have to grab it without of your choice. Then only if you are taking multiple opportunity only, you will be knowing in which field you are strong. You can have something you can call as SWOT analysis. You should know your strength and weakness both. You should know your strength and weakness. For knowing the strength and weakness, you should explore whatever the opportunities give. Now Tyagamurthy is there in US, sir. Actually, he is doing his postdoc. After Biocon, he has done PhD from Navaskan sir itself. He resigned the job from Biocon. He is doing postdoctoral in USA actually. So you should be in the process of creating the best version of yourself. You should not underrate yourself. You should not underrate yourself. You should create the best version. Next. So fellowships for PhD actually or for a government job. So broadly classified, people may know about these two fellowships, CSIR and GATE competitive exam. Within the CSIR itself, there are two kind of fellowships actually. When you crack the CSIR JRF, it is not that only CSIR JRF or lectureship. When you are looking for the fellowship, lectureship has been cut off only for the fetching for the academic jobs. Lectureship will be helpful. If you are going for a PhD, it is two fellowships, SPMF and then JRF. So JRF, when you crack the cut-off marks, for SPMF, they will call the top JRF cut-off marks, whoever is there, they will call in a 1:3 ratio. If 10 members fellowships has to be awarded as SPMF, then they will be calling 30 members based on the reservation policies. Based on the reservation policies, they will call upon 1:3 ratio. The fellowship amount varies. The fellowship duration is same, 5 years. I will explain in the next slides the duration and amount. But only thing is that is only going to vary. But there is this SPMF fellowship is higher order, because top ranking people will be called up for an interview. After clearing the written exam, they will be called up for an interview. You have to clear the interview, then you will be awarded with the SPMF fellowship. Next, GATE. When you clear GATE, you can go for a PhD or even for a MTech. Otherwise, you can enter into the PSU. PSU means public sector undertaking, like ONGC or NTPC or IOCL. Like that, you can end up with this. Or you can enter as a scientist with a MSc qualification. You can enter as a scientist in a DRDO. You can enter as a scientist in BARC. You can enter as a scientist in IGCAR. That also you should experience. Moment you after applying, they will be calling at least after a year. Because I applied in the period of 2007 or something. I have been called only in 2008 for an interview for a scientist post in IGCAR. First there will be a written exam. Then followed up by an interview. The interview will be there with 8 people. 8 people will be asking from chemistry and non-chemistry also. Because now the digital world, you should know minimum things about computers. So it will be rounded up with at least with 40 to 45 minutes. After coming out of that 40 to 45 minutes from an interview hall, you know where you are. You will be knowing where you are. Whether you fetching a job is not fetching a job is very different. Because after MSc, when I went to that interview, I was in the 4th batch. There was 4 batches of interview has been conducted. I was there in the 4th batch, which means my cutoff mark is very low. I was there in the 4th batch. None of them has been selected. Only the first 2 batches people have been selected. But after attending that interview, I came to know where I am. What are the things I have to learn. So whether you getting the job or not getting the job is immaterial. You have to attend the interviews. After MSc, my first interview is in VIT actually. As our faculty Navaskan sir, I just called and asked, sir, shall I come, whether I will get a job. He told already the position is fixed. It is unnecessary to come over there. But still I went over. That interview experience only helped me in the second interview which has been done at Sikri. I automatically qualified over there. Because if you are not going anywhere, you will not get the experience. So in the case of these things, first the exam pattern. It is completely computer based. It is called as CBT, computer based test. Next, the pattern of questions you will have for the chemistry, you will have part A, part B, part C, and total marks is 120. It has been divided in different ways. You will have choices. There might be 40 questions. You may be written only 35 questions. It is need not required that you have to write all the 35 because it carries negative marks. How much? 0.5, 0.5, 1 in the case of part C. In the case of here, you have to be very careful because CSIR or GATE, when persons are clearing, it is not because they have written correctly, they have chosen the questions correctly. Whatever the answers they know, that questions only they have answered. They have not written completely. கொடுத்துருக்கிற எல்லா கொஸ்டினுக்கும் ஆன்சரை அட்டெம்ப்ட் பண்ணணும்னு ட்ரை பண்ணல. யூனிவர்சிட்டி கொஸ்டின் பேப்பர் கிடையாது. நம்ம எல்லா கொஸ்டினுக்கும் ஆன்சரை எழுதணுன்றதுக்கு எந்த கொஸ்டினுக்கு ஆன்சர் தெரியுமோ அதை மட்டும் எழுதணும். நிறைய கொஸ்டின் இதில் நீ கரெக்டாக எழுதின ஆன்சர்னாலேயே நீ மேபி யூ கேன் கிளியர் தி சிஎஸ்சிஆர் எக்ஸாம் ஆர் கேட் எக்ஸாம். பிகாஸ் ஆஃப் யுவர் நெகட்டிவ் மார்க்கிங் யூ மே பிகம் அன்குவாலிஃபைட். You may not get qualified because you have written too many wrong answers. Because of that you may not get qualified. So you should be sure that what question I have to write the answer. Then only you can clear the exam. Next for the GATE, again it is a computer based test. For the chemistry you will have general aptitude 15 marks and subject question will be 85 marks and 100 marks in total. Negative marking again 1/3 and 2/3 negative marks is being carried out. MCQ questions only all. There will be multiple answer question also will be there in the GATE exam actually. So 1/3 and 2/3 negative marking. You should be careful about those negative marks only. Even if you write 30 to 35% right answers you can clear. And if you are in the syllabus, if you are covering at least 2/3 of your syllabus, whatever is given in CSIR or GATE, when you are covering 2/3 of your syllabus, you can clear it very easily. Whatever the subjects you are strong, that subject you have to be very clear. And certain questions will be mandatory. Spectroscopy question will be mandatory. CSIR and GATE. That will compulsory you have to answer like that question will be there in CSIR. For that you have to be prepared. That will be easy. And numerical problems, physical chemistry, numerical problems. Answer correct na correct, avladhaan adula thappu na thappu. So numerical problems at least you have to be thorough for thermodynamics, kinetics, because those fields cannot be omitted. Definitely it will be there. The short questions will be there. Pericyclic reactions, those questions compulsory it has to come. Norris type 1, Norris type 2, all those things. Complete objective type questions you should be make sure. Next, amount of fellowship. So for CSR UGC JRF it is common 31,000 and 35,000. Your contingency grant will be 20,000 which is for your stationery, books, and then even you can purchase laptop also. If you are purchasing laptop, you should hand over when you are leaving the institute. For CSR SPMF, here it is 31,000, here it is 36,000. For SRF it is 35,000, here it is 42,000. The total tenure period for C after completing CSR, cracking the exam, it is 5 years. It is divided into 3 portions. For JRF 2 years, for SRF 2 years, and then extended SRF 1 year. So totally it is 5 years. After 5 years it cannot be extended. So maximum it is 5 years. 2 plus 1. So this fellowship only will be, if I write in the upcoming slides, if I writing as per norms. If I am writing as per norms means these fellowships will be followed. This fellowship amount will be followed if I am writing as per norms. So fellowships in India, that is certain fellowships which is away from the CSIR and GATE. Prime Minister fellowship. See the fellowship amount 55,000 per month plus HRA. 55,000 per month plus HRA. So what is the eligibility to become the prime minister fellowship, even if you are registered or non-registered, it is not a problem. You have to take up with the private company support. That problem should be addressed to the society. Your guide should be having a expert in that field, and companies also having some expert field. You have to write a proposal and you have to submit in this particular website. Your application will be go through. If it is selected, you will be getting 55,000 per month for doing a JRF itself. But this fellowship is maximum only for 4 years, because it is a private funded and government, like that it is 50-50 ratio. So it is only for 4 years, unlike other fellowships for 5 years. Next, DST Inspire Fellowship. Even if you are not clearing CSIR or GATE, even if you are not clearing CSIR exam or GATE exam, you can go for a PhD with a fellowship for 5 years. What is the condition? You should have been gold medal in your institute. When if it is from non-autonomous college, it is applicable. Unfortunately, it is not applicable for autonomous college. It is applicable for non-autonomous college and even for university department for the toppers. For university department toppers, the gold medalist can apply for this job. Otherwise, there will be, if you see the website, there will be R. Even if you are in autonomous college, if you are coming in the R category. What is that R category? That is Inspire Scholar. Who is that Inspire Scholar? Even if you are taking in your BSc Chemistry or MSc Chemistry, you can get a fellowship every month, provided your +2 marks should be top 1% in your state. They will be releasing the cut-off marks. If it belongs to top 1% of your mark in the state, you are eligible for the Inspire Scholar. For studying BSc Chemistry, every month you will get a fellowship. I think it is 5,000 or some thousand rupees per month. Next, especially this fellowship for girls. You no need to clear GATE or CSIR. This fellowship is newly launched fellowship actually, WISE fellowship. Especially for women postgraduate students. If you have a career break also, it is not a problem. If you want to pursue PhD, whether you have registered or not registered is not problem. But if you are registered, before 2 years, you should have been applied. Before 2 years, you should have been applied. This fellowship period is for 5 years. Stipend is as per norms. Same 31,000 and 36,000 for period of 5 years. This fellowship is only for girls. Next, Direct Senior Research Fellowship. This is also again for persons who have not cleared CSIR or GATE. Sir, how to get it? In this way only I got the SRF fellowship. I didn't clear CSIR or GATE. Only after finishing all those things only I cleared the SET exam. During this period I went, you should have 2 years of research experience. This 2 years of research experience, you will get any CSIR institute or IIT institute or university, wherever you are, go as a project assistant category. In the 2 years of research period, you should publish one research paper. There will be a direct interview. In the direct interview, if you qualify, you will get fellowship for 3 years. Stipend again, as per norms, which is 36,000, which is for 2 + 1 year. After 2 years, based on the performance, 1 year it will be extended SRF. So in this category, if you are not sure about whether I can clear at CSIR or GATE, for a time period you can join in a research institute where you can learn. Side by side you can prepare for a CSIR or GATE. If you qualify CSIR or GATE, you will end up with that fellowship. Otherwise, 2 years research experience will be there, and if you publish one research paper, you will be ended with a funded PhD program. You can end it with a funded PhD program. So fellowships in abroad. So here I am not going to give each and every fellowship because there are numerous fellowships and I cannot give the eligibilities. I am going to give you a very general picture, overall picture. So first is English test, GRE or TOEFL. This is especially important when you are going for a US, where they will require for the GRE exam or TOEFL exam. It is not mandatory for all the countries. For certain countries, they will look for your English knowledge. For all the countries, they are not looking for, especially if you are going for European countries, they are not looking for GRE score or TOEFL score. Next, project/research papers. Again, which is going to be helpful if you are not finishing your CSIR or GATE. if you are ended with some research experience after your MSc, that will be helpful to fetch the fellowship in abroad. Next, publishing papers and research experience. Funding, country specific fellowships are there. Very famous fellowship is called as DAAD, which is actually German first letters actually. It is a exchange program, German exchange program, which can, again, equal exchange program is for France. Like that, there are a number of programs or research grants from the supervisors, research grants from the university. If you want to get these kinds, only thing is you have to, at least in these three, you have to have at least 2 points you should have. Research papers, research experience. GRE or TOEFL, if it's there, means well and good. You will end up with the US. Sandwich fellowships. That is, you are registered PhD in India. For a short period of time, you are going for abroad and then coming back to India, finishing remaining work, and then you are submitting your thesis. That is called as a sandwich PhD fellowship, which can be divided into different programs. I am naming only few. Very famous fellowship is Fulbright Negro Fellowship, which is for US. You no need to clear GRE TOEFL. Only thing is you should have been registered your PhD. You can go for 6 to 9 months. 6 to 9 months you can travel for US for doing your research. Next, DAAD fellowship, there are two types. One is short term, you can go for 3 to 6 months, or you can go for 1.5 years. There is 6 months for language learning and then 1 year for research. And then Raman Charpak fellowship or JSPS invitational fellowship, which is also again classified into two types, short term and long term. Long term means it is maximum for 1 year, short term is maximum for 6 months. Korean Research Foundation fellowship, and then MOU between institutions. There will be certain institutions will have the MOU. I have given one example, IIT Bombay, there is a one scheme, you no need to have CSR or GATE. You can register PhD in IIT Bombay in this scheme called as IITB Monash. They have a MOU with a Monash University in Australia. So you will be doing 1 year PhD in IIT Bombay, 1 year in Australia, again 1 year in IIT Bombay. Like that, the period will be switching from one country to the another. Next, country specific fellowships will be there. Switzerland separate fellowship is there, Netherlands separate fellowship is there, Denmark separate fellowship is there. Country specific also you can go for a short period of time. Hungary separate fellowship. This will give you new avenues actually. I went for a 6 months for France by this Raman Charpak fellowship, which gave me a lot of opportunities. I didn't take up research after my PhD due to certain other reasons I didn't take. My friends are there in whatever the points of map in the globe, all the places my friends are there. Because they took the opportunities, all those things. Because of my family situation, other problems, I have been stuck with India itself. But during my PhD, I grabbed the opportunity, went to the France. In Sikri, one of the other friend also fetched the DAAD fellowship. Every year after I went to France, every year there is at least 2 or 3 students going to France from our institute Sikri. There are at least 2 to 3 students, either from Raman Charpak fellowship or from IFIL fellowship. Like that, people will go for France because France will give number of opportunities, easy to get also. So overall, I have to give a picture of overall academic metabolism, we call it as. Instead of you just take it as a +2, there it is higher secondary graduate. Overall picture, consider only this line. Please omit these things. Concentrate only on this diagonal and this straight line, again this straight line. First you will be the +2, BSc, MSc, PhD and then postdoc. After postdoc you will end up as a assistant professor and then associate professor and then full professor. From the full professor you can become a chairperson. The chairperson can be even a government lab director or the higher administration. Golden checks means you can become even as an ambassador. You can go to the any heights based on only your opportunities grabbing in these places. Hopefully after the first woman DG, the news is being flashing in the media like anything. How many of you know who is the first woman DG of CSIR? She is currently DG of CSIR. Yarum theriyuma? DG of CSIR, Director General of CSIR. She is from Tamil Nadu. தெரியுமா யாருக்காவது? Madam name is Kalai Chelvi actually. Madam name is Kalai Chelvi. She done her schooling in Tamil medium. She is from a small village, Ambasamudram. She is from a small village, Ambasamudram. She did her BSc, MSc in small colleges, and later then she worked in some places, and later then PhD, and then he joined in Sikri as a scientist. Her field of interest is somewhat different. Her designation and post is battery field, which is somewhat different, which is not at all related to her academics earlier or research field earlier. But she took us a challenge. From there, she grown up like anything. She became the first woman director of Sikri, and she became the first woman DG of CSIR. So it is only the opportunity wherever you are going to grab will take you to the heights. It is not that where you are. It is the wherever you go, and from there what you learn, from the learnings how you going to put the effort and how you turning into actions, and your actions will be taking to all the heights whatever you want to go. Other things here also is possible when you are not in a proper way. So you can go with the any heights. So with this, so last slide is this is a convocation slide during our BSc. Fayaz Ahmed, my friend, he is here. And the person we are speaking about, Tyagamurthy, who has been now currently postdoc in US, this person is here. And why this wall clock? Enapa? Timing ah? Watch run ஆயிட்டு இருக்கிறது இல்லை டைம் பார்க்குறது. First gift, first prize in this college. In first BSc, whatever myself and Fayaz Ahmed, the quiz program, still it is running. This photo is taken today afternoon. Still it is running. First prize. After that I got GS Mangu book, Word Power Made Easy. All those books I received as a prizes from this college. If I am not getting prize, it will be prize taken by Tyagamurthy. And myself, Tyagamurthy, and then Andrews. We three will share our notes like anything. We three belong to Ambur. Fayaz from Gudiyatham. His travel time itself will be huge. He will be getting tired. So we three belong to Ambur. Every day evening 6 o'clock we will be ended up with the ground. Not for playing. Not for playing. We will be speaking what to read, how to read, in which book to read. We made use of PG library like anything. Especially I remember one book, Solid State Chemistry. It is completely a pillow only. It is like a pillow. At least it will be 2000 pages. So we will be taking notes. We will be discussing. In MSc, if you are not learning self, you cannot learn subject. Because in MSc, teachers cannot finish the syllabus. So they will be running very fast. With their running, you have to run parallelly. If they are running beyond your point, you have to catch up and you have to run. You have to read parallelly. Then only you can learn the subject. Otherwise, it will be very difficult. So at last, thank you for the first session. If required, I will go for my research topic. It will be for another 6 or 7 slides. Sir? 6 or 7 slides. This is my completely research topic. So there will be one more thank you slide. Because PhD ஏதோ புதுசாக ஏதோ ரொம்ப பெருசாக பண்ணிடுறாங்க, ரெவல்யூஷனரி சயின்ஸ் பண்ணிடுறாங்க அப்படின்றது கிடையாது. ரெவல்யூஷனரி சயின்ஸ் கிடைக்கிறதே ஒரு ஆக்சிடென்டல் தான். பட் யூ ஷுட் பி கம்ப்ளீட்லி அவேர் ஆஃப் யுவர் அப்சர்வேஷன். பென்சிலினை கண்டுபிடிச்சது ஒரு ஆக்சிடென்டல் தான். எலக்ட்ரோ கெமிஸ்ட்ரி ஃபீல்டு ஒரு ஆக்சிடென்டல். மேபி யாருக்கா நிறைய பேருக்கு தெரிஞ்சிருக்கலாம், இல்லை டீச்சர்ஸ் கிளாஸில் சொல்லியிருக்கலாம். ஆர்கானிக் கெமிஸ்ட்ரி ஃபீல்டு இட் செல்ஃப் ஆக்சிடென்டல். ஆர்கானிக் கெமிஸ்ட்ரி ஃபீல்டு ஒரு கெமிக்கலை எக்ஸஸாக கொட்டினதுனால வந்த ஃபீல்டு. ஒரு கெமிக்கலை எக்ஸஸாக கொட்டினதுனால வந்த ஒரு காம்பவுண்ட் கண்டக்டிங் பாலிமர். So accidental discovery is only more. But only thing is you should have a prepared mind to grab the observation, interpret the right data and reproduce the data. That is important. So I like to share one of my topics in my PhD. That is very, very, very basic. That is there in your UG lab itself. Hopefully everyone knows the Prussian blue. UG lab preparation irka. Prussian blue preparation. Very easy. Solla mudiyuma yaravadhu? How to prepare Prussian blue? Keeliye irukku equation. You should சத்தமா சொல்லுங்க. Okay, you have to take ferrocyanide and ferrichlorate. When you mix up, you will be ended with the Prussian blue. It is there in the UG lab itself. So preparation, you take the one metal ion. It is not required that ion complex. It can be cobalt, it can be nickel, it can be chromium, anything. You should take another ferricyanide or ferrocyanide compound. When you mix up, there will be precipitation. Why it is so important? It is having enormous application. Prussian blue is still it is a hard topic. Why means in the current area, hydrogen storage, OR HER, lithium ion batteries, sodium ion batteries, zinc ion batteries, potassium ion batteries, everything Prussian blue compound is having a importance. It can act as an enzyme. Prussian blue is also called as an artificial enzyme. It can also act as an enzyme, where a peroxidase enzyme, catalase enzyme, superoxidase enzyme, like that you can call upon. I have taken from the one research paper actually. So what is the problem is there? In the periodic table you might have been learned about the periodicity. When you come from the top to bottom, the property will be the same. Chemical reaction will be the same. So there are number of Prussian blue analogues. Cobalt hexacyanoferrate, nickel hexacyanoferrate, zinc hexacyanoferrate. When you take upon the one particular group, copper hexacyanoferrate, silver hexacyanoferrate, but there is no gold hexacyanoferrate. Why gold hexacyanoferrate is not existing? That was my question at that point of my research. In our earlier work, from our senior work, when taking the CV, they took the auric chlorate. As I showed, metal ion should be taken one, and another one should be a ion complex. Cyano complex should be taken. Both has been taken. The first step, ion is getting reduced, which has been pictorially represented. On your electrode, first gold nanoparticle has been deposited. Above the gold nanoparticle, Prussian blue is getting deposited. There is no metal ion to form the gold hexacyanoferrate because gold has been reduced as a nuclei, gold nanoparticle, gold atom, it has been reduced. So reaction has been given. So only gold core and Prussian blue shell has been formed. So when I do it as chemically, it has to follow, right? Because electrochemically it has been reduced. This first cycle is gold reduction. When I do it chemically, then gold hexacyanoferrate should have been formed. When I do chemically also, I am not ended up with the gold hexacyanoferrate. I have taken individual compounds, auric chlorate, ferrocyanide, ferricyanide. When I mix ferricyanide and auric chlorate, what happens? When I mix ferrocyanide and auric chlorate, what happens? I have given number of peaks. In this peak, how the nanoparticles can be identified? If you have papers in BSc or in MSc, based on the surface plasmon resonance SPR band, you can observe the nanoparticle. If gold nanoparticle is formed, I can observe the gold SPR, which will be observed at 520 nanometer. There is no peak at 520 nanometer. So there is no gold nanoparticles. Formation. That is the conclusion from my UV visible study. Because my ferrocyanide potential and auric chlorate potential is not enough to reduce the gold from Au3 plus state to Au0 state. That was the conclusion from my UV study. Next, in the XPS analysis, I came to know the gold 3 plus has been reduced to plus 1 state. From 3 plus state, it has not reduced to 0 state, but it has reduced to plus 1 state. If you want to know the oxidation state, you have to go for the XPS analysis. So in the XPS analysis, confirmed Au plus 1 has been formed. Au0 state, in this place I don't have the peaks. But I particularly reduced with the sodium borohydride. because it is a strong reducing agent where it can reduce from AU plus 1 state or plus 3 state, it can go to AU 0 state. When I do it, I can see this peak 84.17 and 87.4 belongs to AU 0 state. Next, when I do the CV analysis for a Prussian blue, typical CV will have two peaks because outer sphere ion and the inner sphere ion. But when I take for my complex, it is not stable. I am observing two peaks like the outer sphere metal and the inner sphere metal, but these peaks are not stable. When I reduced the voltage from the 1 volt, I reduced it to 600 millivolts, then it is stable. When I do the scan rate, it is also linear. According to Randle-Civic equation, according to Leveran equation, when it is on the electrode surface, it should be Leveran equation. It is also linear with the scan rate. When I change the concentration of potassium, the peaks is Nernstian shift, which means 59 millivolts it is getting shifted. When I change the concentration from 0.1 to 0.01, 0.01 to 0.001, it is getting shifted in a Nernstian behavior, which means my complex whatever has been formed, it is dependent upon the potassium ion. So I have given the equation for that, how it is potassium ion is getting reversible. Further, I have given from here gold extraction every is not formed. I will show my paper. Further, because whatever the limited, even in India when you say about research laboratories, we have limited facilities. You will not end up with a confirmatory result. So further evidence, my paper has got cited by other things. Sorry, first I am giving this complex. This is the formed complex according to my results. I will give a conclusion based on my results. This is the complex which has been formed. And this is a paper which I published with a question mark on the title. In the research article, I published with a question mark actually. From our lab itself, how the formed, and it has been cited again because there is no direct bond between the iron and gold. There is no cyanide linkage is not being formed. Next, further evidence by a X-ray near absorption studies also confirmed. And then success and failure, in that also my paper has been confirmed. Whatever the complex which has been I prepared, that only has been forming. So this is a paper which has been published actually. Why it has been answered means, according to MacArthur Forrest cyanide process, the gold extraction itself, there is called as ligand exchange isomerism. Like that, from the cyanide, from the iron, it has been grabbed by the gold. Gold goes to the inner sphere and iron remains in the outer sphere. Whereas in the other metal ions, if you choose, the other metal ion will remain in the outer itself, iron will remain inner. So this is the seminal work. So I just as whatever you are doing in your UG and PG lab, which is also having lot of opportunities. When you observe the things, you will be learning many things which has not been, when you are ended up with results which has not been shown, then also you should interpret properly. Finally, this thank you slide is actually the place where I reside, Ambasamudram, and then the only district which is having all 5 kind of landscape is Tirunelveli. So just I welcome you all to the place. Thank you one and all. If there is any questions, I am happy to answer.
Please. Only 2 instructions. You have spent only 20 minutes only extra. Please have some patience. Harish, you put the QR code. Harish, as we have promised, e-certificates will be issued for the participants. For getting the e-certificate, you please scan the QR code And if you scan the QR code, you have to give your feedback to the QR code. If you give the feedback, you will get the e-certificate. And another important instruction, simple tea and biscuit is waiting for you outside the seminar hall. Please listen. Students of our college, please stay in the seminar hall itself. We have outsiders who have come from places near Vellore. Let them go out first after the national anthem. Let them go out first. After that, we the boys, local boys, we can go and have our tea and biscuit. Please follow this instruction. Students of ISLAMIAH College, stay in the seminar hall itself. Outside participants, please first go for your tea and biscuits. And after that, you can go. And another important instruction is regarding the e-certificate. In the first day, 60 people will be issued e-certificate. We have some participants through online also. Students of Anna Others College, students of Aringer Anna Government Arts College, Walaja. They have come through online. Because they are from faraway place, they cannot come personally. So they are given the link for online link. That's why we have these YouTube link and program everything we have arranged. So first 60 people will get the e-certificate for the first day. The remaining in the next day, and the remaining 60 after 120, the remaining will get the e-certificate in the third day. Even after 3 days, if you don't get the e-certificate, then please call us. We will help you in getting the e-certificate. Please scan this QR code. Now as a formality, please wait. I call upon the second MSc student Valdarasu to deliver the vote of thanks. After that, we must stand up for the national anthem. After the vote of thanks, we must stand up for the national anthem. First, students from other colleges, they will leave the seminar hall for their tea and biscuit. Others, please wait. That means the students from our college, please wait in the seminar hall itself.
Good evening to all. First of all, I would like to thank our college management for conducting this kind of valuable program. I thank our respected principal and vice principal, head of the department, staffs and non-teaching staffs for their role in arranging this program. A special thanks to our resource person, Dr. S. Harris sir, for his knowledge and wisdom to our students for their career opportunities. Thank you, sir, for your valuable guidance. I thank all the students from our college and our neighboring college for their participation and cooperation through this program. I once again thank all of us on the behalf of our department of chemistry. Thank you all.
Have you scanned the QR code? Please save it. Now let us stand up for national anthem. Group singing. Janagana Managadinayaka Jayage Bharata Bhagya Vidata Punjab Sindhu Gujarat Maratha Dravida Utkala Banga Vindhya Himachala Yamuna Ganga Uchchala Jaladhira Ganga Tava Subhaname Jage Tava Subhasisa Mage Jaye Tava Sayatata Janagana Mangala Dayaka Jayage Bharata Bhagya Vidata Jayage 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 Jaya 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 Jayage. Jai Hind. Students of ISLAMIAH College, stay in the seminar hall. Thank you.